I'm John Poxon, son of John West. I am having Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair Adventure, and I'm about to start my second trial. Before I do that, I've got some skills I need to buy. Just one of my faces down here, because I need to buy something that helps me with the... I forgot what it's called, they changed the name of it, but the bullet time battle. Panic Talk. Okay. There's bullets in Panic Talk. Alright, cool. Let's go. You know what? I might just save the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Cool. So, I don't have any skill points left, apparently. Oh, hang on. Got our melodious voice. Hang on, is that what I bought? Oh yeah, because it's FP. I didn't read the names of everything. Cool. We're going to keep it on mean. So I'm not going to go over the evidence again, because I did at the end of the last episode. But I'm just going to go over the suspects. So the first suspect is going to be Hiroko, who I think was hiding in the closet and saw the murder happen. I think the second suspect is going to be Fuyuhiko, who is going to be connected to the game, because he had a motive to kill Mahiru. I think the third suspect is going to be the princess, because it's incredibly convenient that she knew about Sparkling Justice and brought it up just before the trial. And I think the murderer is Pekoyama, that even though no evidence is pointing to Pekoyama, apart from the fact that some weirdness with the surfboards which they wouldn't let me collect evidence on. She wouldn't have been able to put the surfboard away. She was surfing around the island. That's her excuse, right? But she didn't put her surfboard away. She would have walked into a murder scene. I think it's Pekoyama. I said that last time. Let's finish preparations.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
I love that they use the term whodunit.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
So it's a different order than I expected?
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
We can. Hyoko, Ibuki, Mihiru, Dead Person, and Fuyuhiko. The characters in the game were Girl A, B, C, D, E, and Boy F. And the high school girl who got killed off at the beginning. By using the staff roll after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. The true identity of Girl A is probably Mikan.
I see!
I wrote this
Girl
down.
A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy! Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights!
I didn't know who B and C were.
Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too.
That's Girl B.
Huh?
That was Girl B.
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me!
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C, huh? Her personality was hyper-energetic and unique. Well, definitely not Ibuki then.
I see! Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl C? Then I'll see you next Tuesday!
What the hell did you call me?
Let's move on to Girl D.
Girl D, huh? There's only one person who's always had a camera with them, and that's Mihiru.
I see! Girl D is Mahiru, the victim in this case.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
It's Fuyuhiko.
I see! Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Sato. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Sato. I'm pausing because I think the answer lies with Sato. I think Sato is going to point at Pekka Dekayama. Good sound, I do. Wonderful.
Hold on! Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason for Yuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice. It's true, I have a hunch, but you call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason for Yuhiko's last name appears twice is probably because he had a little sister.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
Yeah, because she was going to inherit the Yakuza.
This is what Guy F said in the game.
That bitch!
It's
the hell
pretty
did you say
clear.
to my little
There's
sister?
no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forwards. Oh god. E? The high school girl who died at the beginning.
I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Sato killed that girl. My bitch girl E, wasn't it? My bitch held it to my sister.
Based on Gaiev's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that. You're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Yeah, I like it because they've made him a player avatar, but like they've understood the player avatar acting like a player avatar in the real world would be incredibly creepy. Like me going, yeah, but it can't be those two because it's so obvious.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
If I was Fuyuhiko, I'd be really angry at him right now.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Guessing that's a reference.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
What the heck? Is that a wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Was there a Tanaka in the other game? No, that was Taka, wasn't it? He also has a strange rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
Who did the killing?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
Sweet. So I just noticed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
You're the Banana King.
My,
Charlie.
such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
Yeah, they are playing off each other.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it! Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
The reason Girl E was killed, I should be able to assume why based on the content of the game. Because Girl E... was the killer?
I see!
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently, Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
Yeah, they never actually said who killed Girl E. It was just sort of heavily implied it was Guy F.
You're fucking persistent.
Ooh.
I don't care what that game said at all.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't even consider that Guy F may not have done anything. Maybe somebody else wanted revenge.
But... Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
Okay. Yeah, this was the one I was incredibly confused about. Why they were doing all this. So these are the classes. Why is the broken vase important? There's 3 broken things, a victim, girl A, B, C, D, and E. So we know that A killed the oh, right, of course. They had to break the vase. They had to lock... Okay, sorry, I figured it out now. They had to do the murder, lock the door, put the key away, come back, break the vase, then find the girls, then unlock the door, and then realise, oh no, they must have used it to break out. Now they would have... I don't know how they covered up that glass breaking, but that's why. That's why. Sorry, I was confused about that, yeah.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
That's a really nice statue. Yeah, I never played those games. My older brother really loves them. I've forgotten what they're called. There's a specific type. Dungeon Master is a really good example. But they made a new one. I know my brother used to have a character called Death Warmed Up, and I didn't know that was a pun. What's it called? It's got a special name.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there.
Don't get the missing swimsuit.
The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert.
Maybe it's in the water tank and gravel?
How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
I mean, we can't, but obviously to the logic of this, yeah, sure, fine.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
Maybe the bikini was used to break the window without breaking a hand?
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
She just could have done it much, much earlier. Then she would have had time to get past them.
Then forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
No, I guess not.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who was waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess I needed to clear that up first. So, the vase. Maybe not quite yet. Swimsuits? I like that it's all relevant.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
Oh, she broke it with the swimsuit so it would be quiet?
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway. Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
What Girl E did after the murder in the music room?
After she killed the first victim, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So how did Girl E get from outside this to the front of the music?
To go back to the music, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance, the other 4 girls should have been there.
Crap! After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So how did Girl E get to the front of the music?
To go back to the...
You need to go through the entrance hall.
Crap! After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped out.
So how did Girl E to the front of the music?
To go back to the music room, you need to go through...
Plus, at the other 4 girls...
At the entrance hall, the girl heard the sound of the window shattering.
Crap! After she killed the first
Oh,
victim
no,
in the
sorry,
music
I'm an
room,
idiot.
what did
Boss.
Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So
So how did Girl E
misunderstood
to the front of the music?
To go back to the... You need to go through... Plus, at the other 4 girls...
At the entrance hall, heard the sound of the window shattering.
Yes.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong! Window shattering is the thing that you're going correct there. But it's vase shattering.
First
So I was
of all,
concentrating on
the
one thing.
sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
A vase.
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Or vase, if you prefer.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall.
That's actually what I said. I didn't know what I'm saying now.
Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway,
Literally what I said.
returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool. I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end.
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit. Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional.
All right, well,
The
something
answer was
different.
revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it
Mine's
out?
Gambit. Unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. If we were told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear, then I'll have to do it. I'll do it. What do you think the weapon was? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? Now then. There's something I needed to tell you regarding the white noise and non-stop debates. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't be able to destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with a silencer. Unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not be replenished. By the by, if your difficulty set to gentle, you don't have to care about that. The bait's getting tougher, so I'll obtain some very useful information. I heard there's a guy named Gun or something. Apparently has a skill that increases the power of the silencer. That's interesting. Gundam has a silencer skill. Was I out of line just now? Well then, good luck and have fun. Why are you telling me? Okay, so I was actually told by a friend at work that, the game sort of kids that you talk to Gundam. Okay, so we know now Gundam didn't do the murder because...
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
Smashed her head into the fish tank.
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death? Then she attacked her with...
That's too big to be.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even?
The investigation.
It's on that big a.
How about beating her with gravel?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had bloodstains.
Looks like you've never beaten someone before. You split someone's head in half, surprising amount of blood shoots out, you know.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
That's the crime scene photo.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universe.
It's on that big a scale, too.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
I don't even know why I did that.
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death? Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
What is the connection between what you're saying and attacking someone with a fish tank? I'm saying fish tank! The connection is they're the same thing! What?
Damn it!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Damn it! A weapon inside the music.
What about broken glass?
Damn it!
Oh, terrorize.
A weapon inside the music room. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow?
Didn't you attack her with the fish tank?
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even?
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists!
I don't know.
A weapon inside the
she smashed
music
through the
room,
window.
huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducted.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death,
Hands up.
We will never give up!
Okay. We think Hajime killed the girl. I wasn't even in the story. What? I don't know.
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
Well, I'm gonna pause it now to see what.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a
I
weapon.
don't get why broken fish.
Then the
don't work.
piano.
Why are you going even?
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with...
if it's a weapon that was, it should have had blood.
Was there a
Right,
weapon
it's
with...
one of
She
those
beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to...
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
It was broken. What? I don't understand why. Like, I get that it's wrong, but I don't understand the game not thinking that I might put those two together.
Damn it! A weapon inside the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the...
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
Damn it!
Right, I might just look this up.
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death...
Right, I'm just gonna look it up. I don't care. Right, I looked the argument up, and it actually does
Then
make
she
sense.
attacked her with the fish tank.
And I wouldn't afford it.
That's too big to be a
It's
weapon.
just something I never would have thought of.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even?
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that.
So you make a swimsuit with gravel inside and swing it. But I wouldn't have thought that.
I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
You didn't get it. Buki did.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all, and gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
Bag? What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, and so is the bag, and the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the Ace Attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
Well, fuck you, because I cheated.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it, and they ended up getting into an argument.
An argument where she casually put a bunch of gravel into a swimsuit.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
No, you don't have time to prepare a swimsuit gravel weapon in a bit of anger.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
Oh, I see.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back.
She accidentally made a mafioso person unconscious.
I somewhat understand that feeling.
Ooh.
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
Mikan. The only person it can be is that guy. I want to say Girl A so much.
I see!
It should have been Guy F.
That bitch. I will never forgive her.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is... What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
That is... I'm terribly sorry, but...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were like totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko.
You're getting a lot of dialogue, aren't you?
Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
But why would he kill Mahiru? Like, he already got revenge.
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
It's weird that you brought that up. He's got a knife and fork on his thing. No, the game and Mahiru's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared plot with the Girl E and Mahiru's murder. Let's go back.
I can prove it with this! I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat.
There's no way we can ignore that connection.
So, Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles.
Like you did around the island while swimming.
And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious, but don't you think that'd be too obvious?
Because you set up someone else.
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
Right, so I got the 2 false leads in the wrong order, but I did get them right with the false leads.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
I almost tempted to make that the title of the episode.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hiyoko? Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No,
that's wrong!
No, that's wrong! No, that's wrong.
Wait a
No,
minute.
that's wrong!
You should have been at the beach house, Hiyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are.
Don't decide that based on ugliness!
Huh. They're not Hiyoko's footprints? That's strange. The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house. Which means, when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different entrance.
A different entrance? Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was leaning against?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
Yeah, because she was hiding in the closet.
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left. Which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hiyoko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
So you finally decided to confess.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of that daily routine before.
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
Yay.
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass! She's obviously lying!
Huh? It's a lie?
People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves. If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Make your argument.
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Damn it!
I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put it's in your mailbox. But what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret until then. Let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sayonji.
That letter! It's the one Mahiro had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is that letter? I'm serious, I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Huh?
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
I see. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward, I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed Hiyoko.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously, I don't know! I didn't even write that letter! I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that too.
The only place I can think of where Hiyoko was hiding is probably that place, right? You just started the puzzle.
Here! The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never eaten something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
We have presented the proof! My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out!
It's a trap! This is obviously someone's trap!
Who's someone? Whose trap is it?
It must be that one person! You know, the one with the mask, maybe? The one with the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer!
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask! Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice!
Huh? Sparkling what now?
That mask says it all! Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island! Which means the legendary serial killer Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru!
Why, if you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonably stubborn.
It's all in your head!
It's definitely not happening.
Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer!
True that Hiyoko is suspicious, but there's something strange. Something doesn't make sense. Can't help but feel we're being directed by someone. Yeah, bloody Pekka Pekayama.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
Looks like everyone does Hiyoko. Is that really okay?
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt.
Where did the gummy back come?
You went to the beach house, right?
And weren't you also so that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door face was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner.
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
Crap!
Yeah, why am I doing that? I've got to help her.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the...
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the... So you were forced to...
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict. Hiyoko is the...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house.
And weren't you also... So that's when you dropped the gummy. Damn it!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru.
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
It is a trap.
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house.
And weren't you also So that's when you dropped the gummy.
She dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict. Hiyoko is the...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house.
And weren't you also... So that's when you waited for your chance. And afterward, you fled...
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body.
I shall render my verdict.
Why is that even there? It's in the wrong story.
Hiyoko is the sinner.
I'm telling you...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahi, and afterward you fled.
At the time, the door was blocked by them, so you were forced to.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict. Piyoko is the...
I'm telling you.
There's no doubt you went to the beach house.
And weren't you also hiding? So that's when you dropped the gummy. No, that's
Oh,
wrong.
that's wrong, because there's no gummy bags in your trash.
About that gummy, did Hyoko really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Hyoko likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
Oh, well, you never would have remembered that. I didn't cheat the once.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
I didn't make that connection at all. I just thought gummy bag, that exists.
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene was yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored.
Huh? That gummy is yellow? And it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
What?
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
Then we can't assume Hyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy.
See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this?
And we'll answer that question on the next episode. I've been John Fox and I'm Johnny West. I've been having a Danganronpa 2. Goodbye, despair adventure. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.